Hey everybody, it's Beth Gaff with the Peabody Public Library, your systems administrator, technology trainer, and robotics instructor. Hey, I'm really excited about today because today we're going to be talking all about Google Drive, what it can do for you, and what you can do for it, I guess. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. I cannot wait. We're going to talk about files and folders and documents and all kinds of awesome stuff. Hey, down below you're going to see my email, and you're going to want to jot that email down because there's going to be some things we're going to do today that's going to involve you using that email so I can get some of that stuff for you. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with the basics of Google Drive.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this workshop of learning the basics of Google Drive. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am a partner with Grow with Google. Grow with Google helps people grow their skills, careers, and businesses by offering free digital skills training and tools. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys today, and I'm going to talk you through a few ways to keep your Google Drive account neat and organized. This workshop is divided into modules or sections. So during each module or section, I'm going to demonstrate a step toward keeping your drive organized. And at the end of each module or session, you'll have a chance to practice that step on your own computer. And don't forget to post and share on social media using the hashtag #GrowWithGoogle. So let's get started. These are our table of contents for today. And so this is what we're going to be learning how to do. We're going to be signing into our Google account. So you're going to want to make sure to have that information handy for yourself so you can get signed into your account. We're going to learn how to open our drive and access and explore our Google Drive account. We're going to create a document. Creating a document giving it a title, typing a few words into it. We're going to create a folder, which is creating a folder to put that newly created file into. So you're going to be creating a file and a folder. We're going to create a structure for your drive. So you can decide on a few main folders to create a structure for your drive. We're also going to add color to those folders because using color can make folders easy to find. We're going to learn how to star folders because adding stars to your favorite folders so you're able to find them right away. Moving files and folders into the drive, renaming or deleting a file or folder, also teaching you how to restore a file or folder. You're going to search your device, searching your drive account for your document you created using some keywords. We're going to share file access so you can share that file with me, and I will give you my information as we go on. You can share your folder access with me as well. You can also see files and folders and where they've been shared with you. All right, so let's jump right on into the class today. So what is Google Drive? Google Drive is an online location where you can safely store digital files that you create, share, use, and download. It's a digital storage space that's included with your free Google account. So we're going to talk about the evolution of storage here. So let's take a few minutes to talk about how we store documents. So before computers, if you had an important paper or document that you wanted to keep safe, like a resume, you might place it inside a folder for safekeeping. Then you'd put that folder into a filing cabinet with all your other important documents. That filing cabinet might hold hundreds of paper documents. Computers came along and they allowed people to start storing documents digitally. Each digital document is called a file. To keep that digital file safe, you can give the file a name and then save it. For years, people put their digital files into folders on their computers, then moved the folder onto a disk or a removable drive for safekeeping. So this particular external drive could be named a few different things. It can be called a flash drive, a thumb drive, a USB drive. They also have external hard drives. You have those SD cards that can store stuff. So there's a lot of different kind of external storage devices. Now, the internet gives us a way to keep all of our digital files safe and secure without any physical storage device at all. This means you can store your resume or any other digital file on your Google Drive, which is a storage system based online in the cloud. You can access your Google Drive from any device connected to the internet. So that's important to know. This is not something that is only on one device. This is an account that follows you. You cannot have your computer, you cannot have your phone, and be at your best friend's house who has a computer, and you would still be able to access all of your Google accounts because it's an account that follows you and it doesn't follow your device. As storage devices have gone down in size over the years, the amount they store have increased even more drastically. Google Drive takes up no physical space, but you can use it to store any and every file that you have. Google Drive is free to users and comes with your free Google account. If you have Gmail, you have a Google Drive too. With 15 gigabytes of free storage, you can store all your digital files on your Google Drive, which is safe and secure. So let's imagine that digital resume. If you store it in your Google Drive, you can access it from your smartphone, home computer, work computer, or even a friend's device. Here's the best part. Files stored on Google Drive won't get lost, even if your computer crashes. And the projects you create with Google applications are all stored automatically on your Google Drive, and you don't have to remember to click Save. So that's a very nice feature. Our first step is to get signed into our Google account. So to begin, sign into your Google account. Signing in is a bit like unlocking the door to your home. It's a process that makes sure that only you can access your Google account. Open a new tab in your browser window and go to google.com. If you are not signed in, then get signed in. You're going to enter your username. You're going to enter your password. And if you don't have a Google account, then you're going to want to click on create an account. All right, so opening up your drive. So in this module or session, you're going to open up your drive and take a look around. First, I'll show you what to do, then you're going to try it yourself. All right, so you're going to click on the Google Apps, and for some reason they have this A circled, but it's actually, I believe, all those little dots next to it. Let's see if I can get my mouse up here. So it's going to be this right here. And then you would be able to click on your Drive account. So that's your Drive account. So now you try it. So you're going to access your Google Drive. You're going to click on all those dots up there. Go to the drive. And then you are in. So hopefully if you need to pause me, stop this for a moment so you can get yourself in there, because everything we're going to do from here on out is going to involve our drive. So you're going to want to make sure that you're in there. Now let's take a quick tour. If you've created projects in Google applications such as Sheets or Docs, they'll all be stored here. So let's take a quick look at some of the main features of your drive. We'll be going over most of these areas in detail a little bit later. So in these circle files, this big area right through here, this is the area where your files and folders will be stored. You can also click on any of these folders or files to open them up. The New button, which is here, this is what you would click to create a new file or folder. The Menu area, which is here. The menu on the left side gives you quick options for sorting through your files. the search bar, which is up here. The search bar allows you to search for a file or folder by typing in words from its title or from the file itself. So this is just a quick tour. So this is creating files and folders. This is where they're stored. This is the menu where you can find them as well under your drive and be able to search for them. So in this session or module, you'll create a document in your drive. Then you'll give your doc a title and type a sentence in it. You'll use this document to learn how to keep your drive neat and organized. From the Google Drive, you can create a new Google Doc. Google Docs are text-based documents. You might use Google Docs to write a resume, take notes, or write a story. To create your Google Doc, click the New tab or the New button in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and we can see it right here. The menu will show options when you open it. So you're going to click on Google Docs, as you can see there. You want to give your document a name so that you can find it later. So this slide shows you how to update the title of your document by typing it into the field at the top. Click on the upper left field on your screen where it says Untitled Document. Oops, let me go back. Then type a new title. It can be anything you choose, but a name that describes the content of your document would be most helpful. If you don't know what to title it right now, just type in Sample Document. Your new document can contain any information you want, and you might make a document containing favorite recipes, an agenda for a meeting, or a family newsletter. So now we're going to type in our document. Type a sentence or two inside the document. You can choose any words you want, or even a short random sentence or song lyrics that you like. So this slide shows an example of typing in an open document. The text is the lyrics of the song New York, New York. So they are typing in their stuff there. So now you try it. You can pause me, minimize me, go away from me. So we're going to create a title and type it into the document. Create your Google Doc with clicking New. A menu option will appear. Select Google Docs. Retitle your document. And type in a few words. You can pause me at this time so you can get all this ready and gathered for yourself. Okay, so in this workshop, we're going to explore ways to keep your Google Drive neat and well organized so that you can find the files you need when you need them. So in this session, you'll open up your drive and create a document and folder in your drive. Once you've created a file and folder, you'll be able to see what your Google Drive can do and begin to understand how to keep yours organized. Remember, your files will be saved automatically, so you don't need to do anything to save them. Navigate back to your Google Drive by clicking the tab that shows you your drive. The next step is to make a folder. By clicking the same New button from before in the upper left-hand corner of your browser window, a menu will appear. Now select Folder. You'll be prompted to give your folder a title or a name. And if you can't decide on a name, just type something like My New Folder. Then click Create. So now you try it. You're going to create and name a folder. This is just a repeat of what we just did. So first click New to open the menu. Next select Folder to create it. Type a name for your folder. And that's all you have to do. If you need to pause me, go away from me, and come back to me, I'm completely okay with that. Now imagine you had hundreds of documents inside your drive. You need to organize them to easily locate the files you wanted to access. But how? The same way you'd organize digital files on your computer desktop or in a filing cabinet, by using folders. In this session or module, you'll learn how to move files into folders by moving your document. So I'm going to show you first, and then you're going to try it. So in this step, you'll move your file into a folder you just created. So click on the icon of the file you want to move. Oops, let me go back. Hold down your mouse or trackpad button. As you drag the file into the folder should disappear from view. Double click the folder and it should open up to reveal your file inside. So now you try it. You're going to move your document into a folder. You're just going to left click, do not let go, and you're going to drag it into that folder. Hopefully that was an easy process for you, but just like always, you can pause me, stop me, go back and forth in between the class today and you doing some of these. Creating a structure for your drive. So the structure of your drive is truly up to you. You can create as many folders as you want and fit other folders inside of them. Think of a chest of drawers. If you need to put on a pair of socks, you look in the sock drawer. If you need a t-shirt, there's a drawer for that too. But if you just throw all your clothing into the same drawer, it takes a little bit longer to find what you're needing. Google Drive works the same way. You decide where you want to put everything, and it's up to you to decide what organizational structure will work best for you. So here's one way you could structure your drive. You could have 3 main folders visible when you open it. One folder for work, a second folder for personal projects, and a third for household or family business. Inside your work folder, you can have subfolders for each of the major projects you're doing at your job. Or you could create subfolders for each work client. Those folders would each contain files related to that particular project or client. Inside your personal projects folder, you can have a subfolder for each personal project you're working on. And your family household folder could contain one subfolder for your household budget, one for your family vacation plan, and another for a home repair. Don't stress out too much about the structure of your Google Drive right now. You can always make changes to your folders later and move around files in whatever way makes sense. For now, think of 2 or 3 main categories for the documents you'll need to organize in your drive. These could include work, family, home, job search, recipes, or anything else you can think of. So now you're going to try it. Now I'll give you a few moments to think of 2 or 3 main categories for your documents. Don't spend too long thinking of the perfect categories. You can always change the folders later. Create each folder the same way you did at the beginning of the lesson. Click on New, Folder, type the name of your folder, and repeat this process. So you can pause me and go away from me so you're able to get in there and make it the way you need to. All right, so now we're going to add some color to those folders. I've given you enough time to go through there. And we're going to add some color to those folders. Having bright colors on your folders can make it easier to quickly find the folder you're looking for. In this module, you'll learn how to add color to your folders. So I'm going to show you first, and then you can apply it. Color coding your folders will help you easily find them at a glance. To choose a color for your folder, right-click or control-click on the folder. Right-click works best. A menu of options will open. Select Change Color. A menu of color options will appear. Click on the color you want. As you add more folders to your drive, choose a different color for each one. This way, when you open your drive, you'll be able to quickly identify the folder you're looking for. Now you try it. Right-click on the folder. Click on Change Color. Menu of color options is going to show up. And choose on the color you want. And you can go away from this and come back. You're never, ever, ever set in stone on these classes, so you can always come back. All right, so let's talk about folders that we star. There's a great way to make it easy to access the files and folders that you know you'll use often. Just add a star. Adding a star to a file or folder will move it to the starred section of your drive, so you can find it quickly. You may want to do this with files you open every day, like current work projects. In this session or module, you'll add a star to a file or a folder. So I'm going to show you first how to do it. So to add a star to a file that's already open, just click the star icon next to the file's title. See the star lit up? Now let's talk about how to star a file or a folder. Right-click on the folder and select Add to Starred. Once you've done that, you'll be able to select Starred from the menu on the left-hand side. Then you'll see all your starred files in there. So now you try it. Right-click on the folder that you want to star. Select Add to Starred. And that will put it in the starred column. Once you've added files and folders to your Google Drive, you'll be able to arrange and rearrange them in any way you want. For example, you might realize you have enough files of a certain type to create an entire folder just for them. If you have recipes folder with 20 recipe files inside, maybe you'll want to divide those into folders titled Dinner, Lunch, Breakfast, and Dessert. So I'm going to show you this first. We're going to move a folder and we're going to first create a second folder. So from the drive, select New, then select Folder. You'll be prompted to name your folder. Type in a new name. Don't think too hard about this. You can always name it Second Folder for now. A second folder has been created in your drive. Now, move the new folder into your first folder. Click and hold your mouse button down on your new folder, then drag it into the second folder. Moving a file works the same way. Just click and drag it in a folder. Now it's your turn. So first you're going to create a folder. Going to name your folder, which in our instance, I named it Second Folder. And now we're just going to left click, don't let go, and we're going to drag it. So you're going to move it to the new folder into your first folder by clicking and holding and just dragging it in. Which, as usual, you can pause me, minimize me, go away from me, and come back to that in any time. All right, let's talk about renaming a file or a folder. After you've created folders, you're not stuck with them. You can rename a folder at any time or even delete them. So if your needs change, you can either change the name of your folder or get rid of the folder entirely. So let me show you how this works. You can change the name of a folder you create. So you're going to right click on the folder itself, select rename, type in the new name of your folder, and select OK. All right, now you try it. You're going to rename your folder by right-clicking. So right now it says My New Folder. I'm going to right-click on it and select Rename. I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to make it a new title. Press OK. And it looks like they're going to have it say Work File. And now you should see your new file in there. Deleting and restoring a file or folder is fairly simple. Getting familiar with that right click is going to be probably the biggest challenge if you're not familiar with that. If you no longer need a folder, you can get rid of it by deleting it. You may also find that you no longer need a folder. To save space, you can delete folders. To delete a folder, click on one of your folders and drag it into the trash can, which is on the left-hand side of the screen. You can move any files you no longer want into trash into the same way. So you can drag them out of trash and drag them into trash. Another way to move files or folders to the trash is to right-click and then select Delete. You can either delete or restore. This is actually in the trash. So once you're in the trash, you could restore it. Once you move a file or folder into trash, it will remain there for 30 days, at which point it will be permanently deleted. You can also empty your trash at any time to permanently delete all its contents. If you delete a folder, you'll delete all files inside. So if you decide to delete a folder, be sure to move any files you may want to keep out of that folder before you delete it. So this is showing it all being drug in there. So if you wanted to restore a folder, so we're going to talk about deleting and restoring. So if you decide you wanted to delete the folder, click on if you decide that you want the folder to be deleted, you would just click on the trash, right click, and you could click on delete forever. But you could also restore it by clicking on restore, and it would put it back in My Drive. Now you need to do all of this within the first 30 days of actually moving it to the trash, or you won't be able to do it. So drag the folder into trash, open the trash. You can right click the folder, select restore, or delete forever. So you can minimize me, pause me, come back to me, and do that for yourself. In a perfect world, you'll always keep your Google Drive perfectly organized and know exactly where to find all files and folders you need. But who lives in a perfect world? Let's be serious. One of Google Drive's best features is the ability to find any of your files or folders using the search tool. You can search for files using the file name or even by words or numbers that are included in that file. So if I'm looking for a spreadsheet that contains information about my monthly budget, but I can't remember what I named that file, I can try searching for the word budget. I can also search for words that I know are included in the spreadsheet like rent or groceries, or even a number amount that I know that I have typed into that file. So let me show you here. You're going to navigate back to your Google Drive by clicking Drive in the upper left corner. Remember how you wrote a sentence or two of text in a document at the start of this workshop today? Well, in this session, you are going to search for that document. There is a search bar at the top of the screen. Type in one or more words from the sentence that you wrote in the document. press enter or return on the keyboard. Oops. There we go. You'll see a list of any files that include the words you've searched for. Your doc should appear on the list. All right, now it's your turn to search for a file. Type in one or more words from your document into the search bar at the top of the drive and press enter. Okay, moving right along, we're going to be sharing file accesses now. Drive allows you to share files and folders with anyone so that you can collaborate. For example, you can share a Google Doc with your family to compile a list of family recipes. You can create a meeting agenda, and everyone who plans to attend the meeting can add agenda items or discussion topics. You can use a Google Sheet to keep track of shared expenses with roommates so that they can each pay your share every month. You can share access to a file or even an entire folder. The people you share with won't need to download or email new versions each time they work on the shared files. If anyone makes a change to the file, those changes will be saved automatically, so the file will always be up to date. This kind of digital collaboration helps people work and communicate effectively, even if they are at different locations. So let's take a look at how that's ran. So to share access to an individual file from your drive, you are going to right-click on the file that you want to share. This will open the Share menu. So then you're going to type in the email address of the people that you want to share your file with, and you can actually share it with me. And my email is bgaff, that's BGAFF like Frank, at ppl.lib.in.us. I've also got it at the beginning of the class on the introduction slide, so you'll be able to get that information there as well. So type in the email address that you want to share and click Done. All right, now that you've typed an address, now that you've typed in the address of the person you want to share your file with, choose what type of access you want to give them. So first click on the editor button, and we can see that there in the upper right. So editor allows access, which allows them to make changes to your document. The commenter access allows them to leave comments that you'll be able to see in your document, but it does not allow them to change the document itself. The viewer access allows them to be able to read the documents but not make any changes or comments. If you want, you can type a note for the person explaining what you'd like them to do with the file. So there's the message space. When you're done, click Send. The person you just invited to share your file will receive an email letting them know that you've received access and a link to file. Okay. All right, so it's your turn. Now try sharing a file with somebody, and you can share it with me. Again, that's bgaff@ppl.lib.in.us. Right-click and select on the file or select Share. Type in your email address and click Send. So hopefully those will start rolling into me, and I can respond to those emails that you're sending me, allowing me access into your file. Now let's talk about how to share access to an entire folder. When you share access to a folder, the people you share with will be able to open all files within that folder. Oops. There we go. Oops. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So if you want to share all your files contained within a folder, the process is similar to the one we just went through for sharing individual files. So you're going to select a folder by right-clicking on it. Select Share. A Share menu will open. Now type the email address of someone you'd like to share the folder and its documents with, which you could share that with me. If you want to share with more than one person, you can type in multiple email addresses. Separate those with a comma. Now that you've entered all the people into the email that you've chosen, you want to give them their rights. So you're going to either give them comment rights or editor rights or viewer access. Type a note to explain why you're sharing the folder with them, and then click Done. And send. So now you try it. So here's an optional activity. Share a folder with somebody you know. You'll need to know their email address. So you're going to want to right-click on it, go to Share, type in their email, which mine is bgaff@ppl.lib.in.us. Choose the level of access you want them to have, and send. Now let's talk about how to see files and folders that have been shared with you. From your drive, click Shared with Me. You'll see that files and folders that others have shared with you. You'll also see the person who shared it and the date it was shared. If at any time you want to switch back to the view that shows all the files you created, just click My Drive. So here's your shared in My Drive. So now you try it. Open your Shared with Me from the menu on the left-hand screen and see what you've got available to you. All right, so we're going to do a little review here. We went over, so in this stream, we discussed a lot about Google Drive, right? You learned what Google Drive is, how to use it to store all your digital files. You also learned how to keep it organized. And now you know how to add files and folders to your drive, move files and folders within your drive, search for files and folders in your drive, and share files and folders with other people. The best way to learn these skills is to try them out. So after this class, be sure to open up your Google Drive and practice moving around files and folders. As you accumulate new files in your drive, experiment with different ways of organizing them. Keeping your Google Drive neat and organized will help you consistently find what you're looking for. So you can actually learn from anywhere with Grow with Google. If you'd like to learn more digital skills you can apply in your life, career, or job search, Google has training resources that you can access remotely. There are many different learning pathways and options, so we'll talk about these tools and determine which one makes more sense for you right now. Applied Digital Skills free training curriculum helps you with more skills you might want to learn, from data analysis to research and communication to writing a resume. There are lessons for adult learners as well as ones for middle and high school students. Grow your digital skills no matter where you're located. Through online workshops, you can learn skills that can help you stay connected and productive and grow your skills while you prepare for the career you want. Curious about the workshop you can take virtually from home? You can visit that link there and register for the workshops at the bottom. Be sure to check out all of their workshops that go deeper into the tools that we discussed today, which would include improving your resume with practical strategies, power your job search with Google tools, preparing for job prospects in an evolving market, and more. If you want to quickly sharpen your skills, check out Primer's lessons on finding jobs and career advancement. Primer is a free app you can download to your phone. If you have an Android phone, you would download it from the Google Play Store. If you have an Apple device, you can download it from the App Store. The Primer app offers 5-minute lessons focused on conducting a productive job search, adding digital skills to your resume, and more. Wow. So I really, really hope that you were able to get a lot out of this class today, including some of these extras at the very end. I've also included a Learn the Basics of Google Drive handout for you on this class that you can access. So make sure that you get that and print it out for yourself. That will help you while you're following along. I would like to thank Grow with Google. We are a partner with Grow with Google. We really enjoy their classes and everything that they have to offer us. I would also like to thank PowerPoint for allowing me to use their software to make this class, as well as Screenomatic for recording the class for us today. So I'm really looking forward into seeing some of your shared files and folders. Hopefully you're going to send those my way. And if you need that information, it is on the beginner slide. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I can't wait to see you in the next session. Have a good one. Bye.